So in this story, we're going to be talking about this kid here, Cameron Douglas, who used a 3D printer to create PPE in order to give PPE to care homes and the NHS. So basically, his grandma lives in a care home, and because of the lack of PPE, people in care homes aren't safe. They're especially vulnerable, and so he took it on himself to make PPE using a 3D printer. So Cameron Douglas from Northampton shouts out, from the ends. Was told by police he could not travel to his grandmother's care home in Royal Wootton Bassett in Wiltshire, but the Northamptonshire Police was able to work with Wiltshire Police to transport the face shields. So Cameron said thank you to all the police officers that helped him. So shouts out to Wiltshire Police and Northampton Police. Northamptonshire Police Force for doing this. So last month, so this article's from May, so it was in March. So right at the start of the pandemic, he used his own pocket money, set up a fundraising account to buy a 3D printer to make PPE. He created face shields, face mask grips for local care homes and the NHS during the pandemic. On the 30th of April, during a Facebook Live Q&A session with Northamptonshire Police, he asked whether the family could travel to his grandmother to Wiltshire to bring her some PPE. The force said he could not, because it's not classed as an essential journey. I would say it kind of is an essential journey because he's transporting protective equipment, but made contact with Wiltshire Police and offered to take it for him. And so this kid is he's extremely resourceful because he used the Facebook Q&A in order to ask the police force a question, as well as setting up a GoFundMe and getting a 3D printer to print off things like face masks. What's that? I don't know what rank that is. Elliot Forster of Northamptonshire Police said, I really wanted to help him fulfill his ambition of making his grandmother receive PPE he'd worked hard to make. I'm really pleased we're able to do that and how happy the 12-year-old boy was. Sergeant James Rodriguez from Wiltshire Police said the actions of this young boy have been selfless. But the thing I want to talk about, all the people involved in this story are incredible, especially Cameron Douglas, because he took it upon himself to actually help other people when he could have sat at home playing console or whatever. No one would have batted an eye at that. After the schools were locked down, but shouts out to him. But this isn't the feel good story. Everyone the BBC are kind of making it out to be, because he should never have been in a position where he felt like he had to make protective equipment using a 3D printer, especially when it went to care homes and the NHS. So local care homes and the NHS, because they should have been given enough PPE from the jump. But it goes to our government's own stupidity, I suppose. And so, look, shouts out to him. It is a feel good story for the fact that a 12-year-old took incredible initiative, and that the government obviously couldn't have done this because there would be regulations around what kind of PPE they could give. But at the same time, it just showed our government's grave incompetence of the fact that a 12-year-old had to take it upon himself to make his own protective equipment for his his grandmother's care home and for other care homes and the NHS. So shouts out to you, man. Cameron Douglas, proper hero. Even though you're only a kid, 12 years old, I hope you go on to do big things. And I'll leave it there, and hopefully let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.